Good day, viewers. Welcome to Central Focus. With me in the studio is Mr. Idris Ogilman, a public analyst who so much specializes in the areas of making an analysis what goes around the publics and the effects, the reactions. Mr. Ogilman, you are welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
Also with me is Engineer Abdul Rahim Lawal, who is also a public affairs analyst. Today, he too will be giving us the insight and the experiences he has in the areas of public affairs and the reactions of people when it comes to the issues that affect the society in entirety. Mr. Lawal, or Engineer Lawal, you are welcome to the studio.
Thank you. I'm delighted to be here.
Thank you so much. Today, our main program will be looking at drugs abuse. How the individuals, the public, the society, the nation too, what are the effects, what are the reactions? That form the reasons why today we need to actually put our perspective to understand what are the effects negatively against the nation, against an individual, like we said, the entire nations. What are the causes of this mess? Mr. Idris Odewa, what do you think are the causes of this abuse of drugs?
Well, thank you so much for this question. And thank you, Nigerians, for always listening to the program on Gampi TV and radio. You see, the issue of drug abuse is not of Nigeria alone. It's global. But it not depends how each nation manage it. The issue of drug abuse, it has so much negative impact, demoralization and mental instability, which is currently rocking every corner of our community, ranging from children underage to adults. I say this, adults do no longer hide it, taking drugs or abusing drugs in the presence of children, and by virtue of their brain, who is not matured enough to sieve what is good from what is bad. They copy and paste.
Is that not immoral?
That is high level of immorality. That is high level of immorality. That you are taking drugs, unnecessary drugs, or taking excessive of it, is a big problem to your health. By extension to the community, they're now taking it in the front of children. If I use the word high level of immorality, I think I have not found a qualified word to use when it comes to that. That's on the drugs, abuse of drugs. Then bringing it to the issue of public smoking, you're not just affecting yourself, you are affecting the health of the community members. And children are also copying from what you are doing.
Especially that is the parents. Engineer Abdul Rahim, what are your takes on this, at least especially drug abuse?
I'm here as a concerned citizen, a parent, and also advocate for a good community, not just as an analyst. I must say that this topic is very interested topic, especially this particular period we are. And we must understand what this drug abuse is all about. Drug abuse is not just illegal drugs, it can be even legal drugs. And why people indulge in this kind of behavior, that is what we need to ask. You know, some people think that, okay, out of pressure group, out of frustration, out of I can say copy and, like my brother just like said, copy and paste attitude. You just see somebody is doing something, you don't even know the negative effect of it. You just say, okay, I want to become like so person. Before you know, it now become an addiction. You know, addiction is very complex problem to eradicate. Once it has become addiction, it won't be easily eradicated except there's rehabilitation. So I said again, this topic is very interesting topic because society today, drug abuse leads to insecurity we are having. For instance, somebody that looking for drug to take, you know, if you have to become a habit, some people don't mind to steal, so that for the money he or she got from that, he used it to buy drugs. From there, it developed to high level of crime. So,
that is, this addiction has actually caused even not only the country alone, has actually caused the entire society has been dragged into madness. Because if a particular person becomes abnormal due to either illicit or abuse of drugs, definitely it is going to affect the community.
of course,
What do you think, or what other ways do you think the society can actually adopt in managing such situations?
you see, some people normally treat drug addicts as a kind of crime. That's why you get it wrong. Sometimes those guys, what they need is care. When you begin to stigmatize them, we avoid them, it leads to more dangerous, or how will I put it? It causes more damage.
Because there will be an isolation from people.
Nobody to guide them. What we need as a society is to open up to them, speak to them. We need to orientate them, rehabilitate them to the society. We don't need to stigmatize them. When you see some people are taking drugs, we now say, oh, this guy is condemned.
I mean, it's
now
be a responsibility
it's a responsibility of all, not just parents alone. For instance, if you take care of your children alone and leave others, your children it can influence your children. That's where some people get it wrong. When you now see people are misbehaving in society, you see young boys coming up taking something that's not healthy for them. Instead of to call them, admonish them, teach them the way of life. You just okay, oh, these are condemned people, they are not my children. My children can never be like this. Who told you? These are the children that at the end of the day they mix in the public space or in institution, even in the colleges and tertiary institutions, they mix. And let me tell you, just like when you put something, a rotten fruit in the midst of the good ones, before you know, it will definitely change the order. That's how it, until you begin to all of us take it as our responsibility, not just government alone, parents alone, or teachers alone. It's a collective responsibility. By doing so, I think we reduce this level of drug abuse in
Thank
society.
you so much, Engineer. Mr. Ogirima,
Yes, sir.
looking at this issue of menace and then the consequences, do we really think that the society actually know the in-depth or the negative effects of this drugs abuse? Do you think that the society or the community actually know the negative effect?
We know.
How?
We know the effect. Civil society. I am a witness. I have witnessed in different states, physical and online campaign against drug abuse and illicit drugs. The government of the federation some time ago make a law that public smoking is banned. That is to tell you, don't smoke in the public. Despite that they know the effect, bringing the campaign to doorstep, the federal government also mandate Ministry of Health. This is the angle of smoking. Ministry of Health to put health advert, health warning on the pack of cigarette. And I quote, all smokers are liable to die young, with another picture image of the organs showing if you smoke, this is the effect on the organ system, particularly on the heart. If you're not smoking, this is the effect. But people say that they are ready to die young. They said, just like the ways, okay, the Christian brothers say, we have given our life to Christ. Right? Those who say, we have given our life to drug. So, drug, do me as you please.
Thank you, Mr. Ogirima. Let's bring in here now the North Central. Why the rate at which drugs is abused, the intakes, especially the illicit drug from the record? It is observed that 33% of abuse of both illicit and auto medical drugs, that the level or the percentage that is obtained within the North Central is 33%. Why that increase?
It is quite unfortunate, very, very unfortunate. Because I am aware, particularly in my state, that a lot of campaign about illicit drugs is ongoing. As we speak now, if you pay critical attention to Kogi State, you will know that there are a lot of civil society individuals who are doing campaign about that.
And then the increase.
And I also believe that, because I just mentioned one state, in FCT, I have witnessed series of time campaign about against illicit drugs.
Because most
It's
of these
established.
drugs, either they are not being planted here or being produced within the North Central. Why the increase?
When
Is it because of the location,
Well,
the region?
looking at the advantage of North Central, it also has a it also have a huge disadvantage. But as a middle belt region, every transaction that cut across north, west, east, south, it come across North Central.
Is that not enough for the region itself to actually kind of pay a critical attention to this region?
Yes, of course.
But why?
From the angle of the government, and also the angle of state government, that the third part is the traditional rulers. Because I said it, that no community operates independently, no individual operates independently. Nobody is stateless, nobody is communityless. You cannot say I'm not living in this community. let me use the simple word. There's no island. Nobody is living. There's no place, a particular place called no man's land. Rather, every land belongs to a particular community. And individuals will also ask themselves, of what benefit am I taking this? From my own research, some people say when you take it, it will make you to forget about your problem. Your problem will remain there. It's like taking an analgesic drug that will suspend the pain. Upon the expiration of that drug, the pain will come back. So if you manage, if you use it to, if you take this drug to manage your challenges, when the effect has cleaned from your system, have they solved the problem? No, you are dipping yourself into more problem.
That is self-medications.
Not just self-medication.
Okay.
Abuses. Like people say, well, I'm taking, I want to get high so that I won't be thinking about my problem. Your problem remain there. If you haven't paid your house rent and you take drugs so that you forget about your house rent, by the time the drug expired, what become of your house rent? The landlord will still come. So this applies to every other challenges that can make anyone to think of how to take drugs.
I'll come back to you, Mr. Abdullah. Engineer Abdurrahim. This menace, that is, we are looking at the North Central now. Is that not going to cause a great danger to the youth of that region? Because it is going to cause the employable youth, when that situation deteriorated, that is, the cause of abuse or abuse of drugs, especially illicit, is that not going to affect the employable youth?
Oh, yes, it's already affecting the society. It's not going to affect, it's already affecting the society. I think every day you hear about crime. I said it. Drug is fuel to drug abuse. It's a fuel to insecurity. Insecurity is fire. The drug is the fuel. Understand? Okay. Remove drugs, insecurity will reduce. We are talking about unemployment. The challenge most people we are having in this country is unemployment. If these youth are engaged, I think even the drug abuse will reduce.
Sometimes even the engaged one, the employed one, also engage in such activities.
Yes, when it's already a habit, even before you get engaged, are you doing it? What if you have started taking it before engaged? It will not stop because
the government will not take that into cognizance during the exercise. That is engaging such.
Even sometimes, even if you are going, let me tell you, it's lack of sincerity in our system. Like those days, when you are about to start a higher institution, they say, okay, you should do drug tests and many medical tests. We all know, most of us just go to either cyber cafe, you print fake test results and present to the institution, and nobody check. Understand?
There are no adequate monitoring.
Yes, not just check. Nigeria lack insincerity. Whatever
shortcuts,
every policy you put in place, we have fantastic policy in this country. We have a drug enforcement, I mean, what's it called, NDLEA. They are doing. But what every day we watch your TV, you see a lot of arrests, a lot of seizure of these illicit drugs. But it's not just enough. What we need to engage these young ones right from childhood. Like I said before, we should not keep silent when you see any other child misbehaving. This can be named at the beginning. Prevention is better than cure. If we prevent this from the beginning, maybe in society now, we just notice that some group of people or young boys doing this in a circulation, you don't need to keep quiet. But most of the time, you also afraid of your life, because when you sometimes most whistleblowers at the end of the day face a lot. If not, you will see them, we see those boys every day when they are indulging this attitude, but nobody is challenging them or nobody is talking to them to stop. Even when you talk to them to stop, it's not just stop there. You need to show them, like my brother said, that okay, there's a lot of sanitization by civil society. It's not just enough to play jingles and go and sleep. Understand? More of them just doing it for to as a contract and just, it's not just stop there. This thing needs to, from school. Most of the most painful thing today is that the society are not doing the needful. You won't see the parents go to school and want the teachers stop beating my word or my children. Okay, you see, the same society you're talking about. We have the chiefs, the emirs. What are they doing? We see them every day, but nobody to talk to them. That's where the problem lies. There's lack of sincerity in our society.
Okay. Mr. Idris.
Yeah, man, sir.
Come back. These are chains of reactions. There are people who farm or produce these drugs. There are people who make the purchases. There are people who takes these drugs. What are the control? What are the checks? Do you think either the government, the society, the community should put in place to actually check these excesses?
Sometimes I laugh when issue unfold. You can point out the act of insincerity as it's unfolding. Now, let me list it for you. I've made mention of cigarette, and Engineer Lawal made mention of insincerity. Let me take it from there. The relationship between cigarette, Nigerian government, and act of insincerity. The same government who command Ministry of Health to put health warning, the danger of smoking, have refused to stop cigarette company from producing, either locally or importation. They are taking tax from them. How do you manage it? That is act of insincerity. On the issue of cigarettes, you are taking tax, collecting tax from this company. They are sponsoring programs, and they want to stop them from selling their product in your country. It's not possible. That is one. The two, issue of India hemp. Irrespective of the effort NDLEA have made or that are still making, there's one act of insincerity that they have not touched. And that action is, you don't go to the public and arrest those who are smoking India hemp. That is treating the wound from the surface. Treat it from the source. It will dry off. Those you arrest on the public are not the one. Those you are arrested smoking India hemp are not the one producing it. They are not the one farming it. They buy it from a vendor. The vendor buy it from those who is farming it. And I said that smoking of India hemp is legalized in Nigeria. Just like the way cigarettes is normal, smoking of Indian hemp is legalized. Because you cannot tell me that you are chasing people on the street that smoking Indian hemp. Then you go to the vendor and chase them, but you forget about where the such
That the chain of reaction.
yes, where the such plant is being farming. Are we deceiving ourselves? I know they are doing a lot of work, but they should include this, that going to the source. Don't stop vehicles on the street traveling. Make a research, get the source where such plant is being farmed. Either you license them and regulate how they produce it, who are they selling it to. It's of good benefit. It has a very good benefit, and also the negative part of it. That's on the line of Indian hemp. Now, talking about the pharmaceutical drugs. Generally, pharmaceutical drugs are meant to cure one or two ailments. Let me go to the issue of cough syrup. Is it Totolin or what do they call it? Those guys will now buy it and mix it. Something they are meant to take, let's say 100 ml, that you're meant to take like 7 days. They will now take it within 1 day. It will affect you. Then I don't know, I really can't say who is in charge of, but I know it has to do with medical practitioners. That's why if you go to pharmacies today, they also mandate that some certain doctor to buy, they will ask you that bring a prescription pad from a well-known hospital, either private or government. If not, such drug will be dispensed to you. And the copy you went there with, they won't collect, they won't leave it with you. They will withhold it. But however, when people go get these drugs, instead of curing the ailment, no, they are never having the issue at all. They are not being affected by the drug they are buying. They went back home and consume it within 24 hours. It goes to the brain and manifest into a negative action.
Mr. Agrima, I'll come back to you. Our viewers, we're discussing drugs abuse. However, we all have to a kind of coordinating ourselves so that this menace can be reduced, if not normally either eradicated. However,
To the barest minimum.
if that cannot be achieved, but it should be to the barest minimum, leave drug so that you can live life. It is better for us. You might think you are not involved. Who knows? The next person wouldn't wish to be close to us. And then the only way to do that is to make sure the society is sanitized and know the implication, the danger that is involved when you engage yourself, either illicit drug or the abuse of drugs. Mr. Ogiliba, I'm back to you again.
Thank you.
What are the economic consequences?
Economic consequences of drug abuse is enormous. I am sure if federal government the state government pay critical attention to this, by now, we should have not psychiatric hospital, rehabilitation center attached to each state, either state control or federal control. You will need to go to the street and see the way people are taking drugs.
Is it the federal government or each state of the federation should engage in this?
That is what I'm saying.
This rehabilitation centers.
That is what I'm saying. Either the state government in collaboration with federal government, because federal government have no state, but it's a federal-owned agency that cut across 36 states, or the state government should own their own, create it and manage it by the state government.
since it has a negative effect.
And it is affecting the society because
Because the life of every citizen
is at risk. Okay, imagine someone who is a drug addict, who have taken drug and is out of control, driving a car. But you should know that the life of those who is in danger is not 10, it's in hundreds. Such person can run into a shop and fire outbreak. This is not as a result of stress, but as a result of drug abuse, taking unnecessary drugs. That's on one side. Now, school campaign. This should be extended to the school, primary, secondary, and tertiary institution.
which means that is everybody.
We are all stakeholders in it. It is the mountain of leadership that is the hand of government. But the collaborative support from that of civil society, the government agencies, in the church, in the mosque, in the office, paste the seeker everywhere. Stay away from drugs. But unfortunately, some people in authority,
They give service.
they are also into selling. They are vendors.
Is that alleging, you have a fact that is people are
Of blessed memory, Zola Perry. What happened to her? What she was NDAD.
front line of maybe the use of fake drugs, illicit drugs.
But she came to realize that a lot of people who she never expected are in it. So if that could come from her, that a lot of rich people in Nigeria, well respected elders in society, are involved in the negative, in the sense of fake drugs.
Okay.
Fake drugs. Then drug peddlers, they are in it. I can't categorically mention it, but we all know ourselves. And I say this: if I tell you the truth and you choose not to believe me, that will not change the fact that it's true. But if I lie to you and you believe it's true, that will not change it to be fact. It is lie. I only were able to convince you to make you believe, and you believe. That will not change it that, oh, this information I passed to you is fake.
Mr. Odrima,
Yes.
I'll come back to you. Engineer,
Yeah, welcome again.
like we said, we all believe that this fight is not a fight that you should be domiciled with a particular set of people or either. That is, there should be a collaboration. At what level do you think such collaboration should start?
Okay. I said it before and I'll repeat it again. We have to start from parents, community, and the government. Parents and the society have a greater role to play. Government only executes whatever policy. But all this, the control steps started from our society.
Okay, can we now say that, in other hand, sorry, that even the parental hope are no more exhibited like the way it used to be in the past?
Yes,
That is not only government that has failed, the people too, the people of the society too has failed.
Mr. Sule, sir.
Excuse me, let me react to this.
Okay.
You know what is happening inside today? You know, we are Africans. When we now leave our backgrounds, start choosing the Western life, That's where we get it wrong. Understand? Like when we are, though I'm still a young man, but I remember where those days at my childhood, the parenting is not just your
Limited to your immediate parent
alone. Is I have an uncle. Is it not my? It's not even my uncle, but I agreed up to know to identify him as an uncle. But it's in the community that every child have to obey. If you cough, you just you have to. I don't know how. You just remain where you are.
There are measures.
There's measure. And
every
yes, you cannot. Even in my community, then I thank God, it's not. We cannot find a kind of a boy that okay, you can see is misbehaving because there's somebody to discipline you. You heard his name alone. You understand? It's not your father. Your father can even.
There's a point here now.
Yes.
I want us to actually raise on saying that is, when we say the government, it's for the people and then by the people. That is going down.
Mr. Sule.
That is the parents too have actually what?
Let me say one thing. See, not that parents fail. Most of the time, not that parents the society is evolving. Look at the use of social media today. Let me say something. When I was in the school, there's one girl. I know him if she's at home, understand, she used to wear hijab. When you come to school, it's another different person. When you go to club and you see this girl, how she displayed, understand. But anytime she come back home,
character manipulation.
Yes, understand. So sometimes we blame parents as if they are not doing enough. But it's the society we find ourselves today. But we need to approach it in another dimension, differently. Like
okay, that is the technology now has come into play.
There's no, you understand. If you want to contain them, internet. You have control. You have control of internet as a parent. They watch those guys there. Understand? Today we watch in social media how all these bandits are displaying themselves with money. It can even influence youth.
Mr. Ogirima,
yes,
what do you think this issue of the cyber space can the government or the parent control that? Looking at the danger that it poses to the society, especially in the areas of drug abuse.
Thank you. Let me quickly respond to, even though the question is not directly to me, let me highlight some issues. Today, according to my own definition, we have three classes of society. One, the immediate parents and the children. Two, the community. You get me? Three, the government. Either at the local government level or state level and the federal government level. Now, the three communities work together. None is independent. We are interrelated. As a parent at home, as a parent in the community, as a parent at the government level, both need to work together. You get me right? Both need to work together to get us out of this issue. Now, on the issue of cyberspace, indeed, the world has changed. Not just evolved, it has changed completely. If you cannot control what is being pushed to the internet 100%, but you can control it. And I'm making reference to Japan or China. Despite cyberspace, world cyberspace, they have their own space. You get it? They have their own space. But we have to choose not to react towards that direction. And I make this statement. Do you know it was the early period cigarette is introduced in Nigeria that they did advert? Have you ever seen cigarette company do advert? You have never seen adverts from them. But people are smoking every day. And they are new product of smoke, cigarettes in town. So how did they do their networking? How they succeed? It is for us to look at in the other way around and counter it.
And then their economy grows day by day.
Day by day. And the government is stopping from their own business by asking them to pay tax.
Thank you so much. Because of time, we will have ways to continue this discussion. But however,
what will it continue some other time?
We just have to pause here till another time when we shall be bringing you another interesting program on this very topic, that is drug abuse. It has a negative effect, not only to the government alone, to the family, to the society. That forms the reason why every one of us should make it as a point of call that drugs abuse must be brought under control to the barest minimum so that we can all have a very conducive society to live in. Thank you so much. Until next time, bye.